and welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited to bring you this video because I'm going to be sharing my very first layout pages of my bullet journal. If you're not familiar with that system, there are several videos out there on how to set up a proper bullet journal. There is an official method to it, but there are so many renditions that so many creative people have come up with, and that's the direction I'm going into. If you're familiar with this system, you'll realize that this is not your typical proper bullet journal. Doing my own version of how it will work for me and what feels best creatively for me. So what you're looking at is the journal I'm using. This is a Moleskine 240-page lined journal, and all you need to do your own is to start with a notebook and a good pen. And I say a good pen because I started to doodle around with some different layouts before I started officially writing in this book, and I noticed that most of the pens I was using either didn't write consistently, they weren't smooth enough, or the ink was bleeding through to the other side of the page. That's definitely not something that you want. You do use both sides of the page in this, or I mean, you don't have to, but typically all the space and all the pages are used. So I went to Target and I purchased this journal. This was $19.99. I picked out a few pens that are of archival quality. They don't bleed through the page, and they have been so perfect, and I'm enjoying them very much. So I'm going to show you what I've been using to write with. I found these pens at Target, and they are by the brand EK Tools, and I bought a 5-pack of black ink pens, and I bought the multicolored pack that you see here. They are officially titled journaling pens, and they write like a dream. Alright, so let me get started. As promised, I am going to show you the first pages that I have completed. On this first page here, I don't have anything written. I don't have any of my contact info. So I don't have anything on this page either. I wanted to start my index with 2 pages across. I started to list what my pages are going to contain. Index so far includes my theme word, and you'll see that when I turn the page, a lot of people choose one word that kind of represents maybe what their journal focus is going to be on, something that always brings them back to the same idea and concept. So I did choose a theme word, and everything that you see here, all of the text and everything, is just my handwriting. So I would really like to start to work on that as well and try different fonts and things like that. So this is my first official layout, and this is my yearly view, and on the left this is my theme page, my theme word page. So as you can see, I did a mandala, and I put the word matter in the center because that is the theme that I'm going with. I want the things that I do, the things that I create, the things that I say, the things that I work on, I want everything to matter and be more mindful of what I'm doing and what the end result is going to be. And that's my first ever mandala, so don't be too harsh in your judgment of that. But this is my year at a glance, and I'm actually only doing a half year because I'm starting this in July, so I didn't want to make this a full year's journal because I didn't think I would even have enough pages for that. So as you can see down at the bottom, I did a little banner, and I just tried some cursive and things like that to head up the month. I have a banner at the top also that shows you the year that we're in. The next 2 pages are my half year at a glance. This is an area where I can record some momentous occasions. These aren't necessarily my monthly memory pages. I'm going to do something different for that, but I'm just going to bullet point some of the things that stand out. So on the 4th of July, we had a cookout. And on the 5th of July, if you're familiar with my channel, I got my first ever lip injection, so I just have Juvederm down. You can see I just did these little banners that have the first letter of the month, and then I wrote out the rest in plain text. So moving on, my month at a glance pages look like, and the only thing that I decorated with in my journal so far is washi tape. So the washi tape that you see here, these pineapples, that is from Hobby Lobby, and what I did was just head up every column with the day of the week and just put the monthly layout, and then at the bottom I wrote out the month like this. And then here I used my little green grass washi tape at the top, and this is my August header at the bottom. I guess that would be a footer. So that's the way my font looks like, and I just color that in a bit with one of my color journaling pens. And at the top you can see I just used this washi tape, which I really, really like. So we're gonna head into September, and I use this block lettering. I'm really, really happy with the way that it turned out, and I decided to do a border around the entire layout with just these little squiggles and dots, and I thought that looked cute together. And at the top I just have this fretwork washi tape. So I love how that one turned out. Into October, this is the type of font that I used. It's something a little bit different. I'm just experimenting with lots of different lettering so I can get better at it and try and perfect what I'm writing. And at the top I have some washi tape from Target. So that's October. As you can see, I did an angled date divider for the rest of the block. Here is my November layout, and as you can see I used a Hi Hello washi tape that's also from Hobby Lobby at the top. And then I did kind of lay these little cloud squiggles around the dates on this one, and at the bottom I used orange around the block lettering, or it's kind of a mix between block and bubble lettering because the edges are a little bit rounded. And I just put these little starbursts on the sides, and I also wrote in cursive, and I outlined it a few times, be thankful. And I used some chevron squiggles throughout the letters, and I thought that came out nicely as well. And when I say things came out nicely, they came out nicely for me because, again, I'm just learning. So here I have some washi tape from Target. Again, it's a golden white chevron, and I did some dots around the dates on this one, but then I put a line through them because the dots just didn't look finished enough. And I did note Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve. And at the bottom, this is my font for December, and I have some holly berries around that, and I have what are supposed to be some snowflakes. They look like kind of little starbursts, but they're supposed to be kind of like bright, sparkly little snowflakes. So that is my December layout. So that takes care of my month on 2 pages. And then next, I tried this. I have a love-hate relationship with this. I like this layout a lot because I was trying to teach myself on how to do these 3-layered banners. As you can see, they all didn't come out uniformly. They're all kind of wonky and they look a bit different, but I'm really happy I tried them. So all I did was work on this week that we're in currently, and I just put some notable things on here. Of course, you know, I work Monday through Friday, so I don't really need to put that in every day. I'm not crazy about how this turned out. I don't really like how I bordered that with these X's. That's not what it was supposed to turn out like in the beginning. I was just doing like these slash lines, but it ended up looking kind of like a centipede, and that wasn't cool at all. But today we gave our dogs a bath, so I just noted that and just drew a little puppy face. And this Saturday we're going to make an IKEA run. I have a hair appointment. I just tried to border the bottom of the pages just with these little hearts and arrows. Again, July 5th, I had a vacation day from work. That was my Juvederm. And I did a video on that as well. And I just noted it with a little lip. That's my new lip day. And then on the 4th, I just tried to do a little flag, and that's supposed to be a firecracker, but that's up for debate too. I'm no artist, guys. Like, that's, I guess, the takeaway from this video. I'm not an artist. I'm just enjoying the process. And then up here, you know, I paid some bills. I noted that I didn't have work the next day, so I had a smiley face. And then I wanted to make sure that I noted that I was watching Big Brother and Preacher, and that I was beginning my journaling. So that is how my calendaring turned out. I'm going to replicate a layout for every week, but in the meantime, my next pages are going to be filled with some lists. So all of my weeks are not going to be concurrent or back to back. They're going to be scattered throughout the journal because I don't want it to be too uniform. I want it to be fun and playful and inspired. So when I get to the weekly layout, that's great. And in between, if I have some ideas, I'll just continue and the pages will go along as they do. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to start a playlist so I can start to share my layouts as I do them and show you my progress. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Thanks for watching, guys. Really, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.